My name is Mrs. Joycelyn Mends Ainoo, and I work with Precious Minerals Marketing Company. I'm the Director of HR and Admin. So I joined the company somewhere in 2020 when the COVID was at its peak. So I came when the staff were on rotation. So what they had in place was half of the staff will work for 2 weeks and the other half will come and work the other 2 weeks. So my first shock was that I didn't meet the entire team. I keep seeing different staff every 2 weeks. I never saw the full staff till almost a year. It was difficult working with my team because I hardly see them. I tried calling them to work and then having meetings with them, but it made them so comfortable. Calling them to work was like I'm the one losing, because others are on leave. So immediately you call them, they would ask for their transport allowance. Yes. So you better work with them from wherever they are, or you better work with the people or those who were on duty. So that was my difficulty. I mean, productivity was low. You'd hardly see what other departments are doing. Admin are doing. Management was not holding monthly meetings and all that. So it's almost like everything had come to a standstill. But one fortunate thing was with the staff who are on customer relations. Because we deal with the public a lot, we didn't compromise with the customer service staff. They interface a lot with the clients. So what we did was to compensate them so they would be motivated. We did well on that. We tried to be strong with that discipline where customer relations were extremely our focus. Another area that we tried to work on was discipline. Discipline because staff were really comfortable with their job, and so even with attendance and absenteeism, it was quite frequent. So management met, and what I tried to convince them was to make the rotation their leave, because basically they were just enjoying the holidays at home. They were not on leave. So what I did was to introduce the leave where the rotation was used for their part leave. It didn't go too well with them. So what a few of them would be absent or to find excuses not to come to work at all. So we also decided to buy a biometric facial clocking system. And so it captures your identity and then your attendance and punctuality. That helped because we linked it up with their salaries. Absenteeism and leave of absence that are not genuinely taken are analyzed and reviewed, and then it affects your salary. So that made them a bit stable when it came to attendance and punctuality. When it came to performance management, it was difficult because managing performance at the public sector, it's a different story altogether. So even during COVID time, managing them was not easy. So what we did to motivate staff was to introduce monthly recognitions for outstanding performance. So head of department will nominate their best staff, and then management discuss it, review it, and then nominate the best employee among them. And then we project it for all staff to see. So that motivated staff a bit. So the other bit that we had to do was to introduce media review and then online. For that, we could easily let them fill online and then discuss online as well. You discuss with them, you have the conversations with them online, and then you rate them as they require or as it is required. In conclusion, I would say COVID has come a long way. I would say COVID is a blessing than a bane. because one, for places where structures are put in place and it's effectively managed, it creates work-life balance for staff. So for me, it's a blessing, and it is good you maintain that. One of the things I would want to reintroduce to my company was to discuss with in fact, I had already initiated the discussion with management that they should reconsider flexibility at work, where staff could work from home, but then it also comes with cost. So we need to work at the logistics and all the resources staff will need for them to perform.